Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do is just gonna be a bit of a chatty video, but I thought it would be fun to talk about brands where I've only tried one product from them and then discuss. Does that one product make me want to try more from the brand, or does it make me want to stay away from the brand? The majority of these are actually in the latter category, so let's discuss. Let's get started. All right, welcome. Before we jump into it, I do always share an outfit of the day. So I'm kind of dressed up today. I have on, my dog is right here. I have on a black jumpsuit. I still just have my black socks on instead of slippers, but you know, that's fine. But I just have this jumpsuit on that I've had for several years. I believe I got it from Express many moons ago. I've had it for a long time, but I am running right after I finish filming this video. I am running for early dinner reservations. We have a foodie group event tonight. We are going to Barry's Prime Steakhouse, but the reservation, we have to leave here at 4:15, and at the time I'm filming it is 3:32, so I got to get through this video. Maybe it's a good one for this because I tend to talk a lot, so I gotta keep watch on the time here. But I'm going out with some friends tonight to Barry's Prime in downtown Las Vegas, which I'm very excited for. I didn't do any filming on this look. I actually used a Pat McGrath palette, the Divine Rose palette. I always link all of my makeup down below. I did the new Makeup Forever foundation and filmed a little demo with that for my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. But again, I was just kind of going in a bit of a hurry so I can make our early dinner reservations for tonight. So like I said, I always link all of my makeup down below. If you're new here, welcome. I love to chat about makeup, try makeup, and just chat about all things beauty, which is today's video category. So let's get started. I'm gonna scoot over just a tiny bit because I might be adding in some photos as this goes along. I did a video like this several years ago. I think it was still in like the red wall days. So it's been a while since I've done something like this, but I just think it's fun because it's kind of like a, is the brand a one and done for me? You know, I tried one product and I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. Sometimes when you try a product from a brand and you're like excited and then it just really doesn't work out for you, it's like, oh, is that like, will I try something from them again? And one of the brands that made me think of doing this video was Florence by Mills. So I tried the skin tint from Florence by Mills. It would have been like last year, last summer, when skin tints were becoming super popular. A lot of brands were coming out with them. And I was testing out so many different skin tints. I bought this one from Florence by Mills and it didn't work for me at all. I didn't like it. I didn't think the claims, it said it was a super hydrating skin tint. I thought it was very drying. I thought it aged me. And the more I looked into the Florence by Mills brand, I was like, I just don't really think this brand fits me. I think it's geared towards maybe a younger audience. I'm not sure when this video is going up. It might be the day before my birthday. My birthday is the 23rd of March. I'll be 35 years old, so I'm not like the youngest demographic. And I just feel like maybe that's what the brand is like best suited for. And the skin tint was gonna be really good for someone with nicer skin, more youthful skin. You maybe don't have as much going on as some of us in our 30s and onwards does. So it just didn't work out for me. And Florence by Mills, that is just one where I'm like, I really don't foresee myself trying anything else from the brand. It just doesn't intrigue me. And it's like, okay, I gave it a shot. You know, maybe if I would have really loved the skin tint, I would have been more keen to try something else, but I just don't see that happening. So another brand, and this is actually gonna be a positive one. It's not all a negative video, look at me. But I just recently tried the brand Rose Inc. and I tried it on the recommendation from so many of you. I was starting to see this in my comment section, recommended over and over again. So in one of my recent Sephora hauls, I picked up one of their cream blushes, and mine is in the shade Ophelia. This is a lip and cheek duo, so you can wear it in many different ways. And so you have this cream product here. I just reviewed this recently as I was ranking some of my Sephora hauls that I've done, and I was very impressed by this. First product that I tried from Rose Inc., and I have to say it left me with a very positive impression. I thought that it was easy to blend. I thought the color was really beautiful. It was easy to work with. I mean, if you can see from here, like, I have worn this quite a bit. I like the packaging. I thought that was nice. So there's nothing else from Rose Inc. that I really have on my radar. I feel like the thing that I was hearing the most about was the cream blushes, but now I am curious to try something more from the brand. So do you have another favorite from them? Because I would be down to try more. A positive first experience together, a positive first date. I don't know why I always refer to makeup as dating. I don't know what that's about. There's skin tint that I tried is from the brand Dermablend, and this was just another one that did not work out for me. You know, when I was trying the skin tints and the light coverage foundations and the BB creams and the CC creams, which this one I believe is what's considered a CC cream, obviously there was hits and misses. I got a PR package in from Dermablend and I tried out their CC cream and I was like, you know, this is just not it for me. Even though when I think of a CC cream, I usually think of something with a lighter feel to it, like it's not as heavy as a full coverage foundation. That one felt like a medium to full coverage foundation. It felt like it on my face. Like even when I would put some on my hand or a sponge or brush or whatever it is that I was applying it with, it came out really thick and I was like, okay, because I prefer like a medium to buildable is about the most coverage I'm going to want to do. I love the skin tints. I love light coverage foundations like they do our Backstage Face and Body or a light medium coverage foundation. I don't really do the full coverage. I don't like heavy. I don't like thick. I don't like cakey. It's just like not my thing. And that is what I really felt with their CC cream. I had never heard of the brand Dermablend before I got the PR package and decided to test out a product. But especially with just having like such a terrible first experience, I feel like I'm gonna somehow relay this to dating again. Like, you know, when you go on a first date and you were like, there was all the red flags, like why would you go back for a second date? I don't know, that just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. I was browsing the Sephora and Ulta websites and I was trying to figure out brands because there's not a whole lot of brands where I've only tried one product from. there really wasn't. I was like scrolling through the list of brands, like seeing what would jump out at me that I was like, oh wait, I've only tried one from them. And the brand Artist Couture popped out at me. This is Mac Daddy's brand. And I was like, Artist Couture, I know that I've tried something from them. Many years ago, I tried their Diamond Glow Powder. And I want to say that this was the first launch that Artist Couture did. I could be saying this incorrectly, and unfortunately my phone is charging in the other room, so I can't fact check myself at this exact moment. But I want to say it was either their first or one of their first products that came out, and it got a ton of buzz, a ton of hype. So many people are talking about it, and I really, really wanted to try it out. And I remember I got a subscription box. I can't remember which one it was at the time, and it's no longer available, but it had that in there and I was so excited about it. And I remember trying it and like I liked it, but this is more of like a loose highlighter and I've just never really been into loose highlights. I just find them messy. I find them harder to work with. I don't find them as easy to apply, or like they look as seamless on my skin. So I was kind of like, oh shucks. And I remember I decluttered it, I gave it away. I remember I got another one and I think it was in another subscription box that I ended up getting a second one and I didn't even open it. I just immediately put it into a giveaway box and was like, I don't need to try that one. It's not for me. I will say with Artist Couture, there has been other products that have caught my eye, some different eyeshadow palettes that have caught my eye, and I've almost done it a few different times. I've almost purchased something, but it's always been like, oh wait, I have a lot of palettes right now. Oh wait, I just bought 4 eyeshadow palettes. I probably don't need that. Oh wait, I just spent $300 at Sephora. I probably don't need, you know, to throw that in my cart. So I'll say for Artist Couture, while I don't feel like a deep pull towards the brand, I would be open to trying something out. And do you have anything that you love from them? I believe I mentioned this back in the day because I think this next product is what inspired my video that I did several years ago, but I was like, you know, I feel like this might be a little bit of a shorter video for a Samantha March upload. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and include it. But this is the brand Sugarpill. So from Sugarpill, I have only tried one of their liquid lipsticks and it was just one of the worst liquid lipsticks that I have ever tried. And I was a liquid lipstick fan. I didn't even mind if liquid lipsticks were more drying, as long as they weren't too drying and like doing that like with your lips, you know, like doing something like that. I could handle a little bit of dryness. I still like liquid lips. I still like a matte lipstick, and sometimes those can get a little bit on the drying side. I can deal with it if it's gonna make my lipstick stay. But there are certain lipsticks that are overly drying. I'm looking at you, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm looking at you, the Maybelline Stay Matte, whatever that one is. I've always hated that one, which I think is a little bit of an unpopular opinion. I should have included that in the, I recently did a makeup I hate that everybody else loves. If you want to check it out, that one was my last video that went up I probably could have included those Maybellines, even though I think I have in a past video. But for the Sugarpill, that liquid lipstick truly is right up there. Like, it's like neck and neck with the Maybelline. Like, the Anastasia I could deal with. The Maybelline and the Sugarpill, I could not. I can remember clearly that the first day that I wore this, I was over at a friend's house and I ended up asking to borrow her makeup remover so I could take the lipstick off. That's how uncomfortable it was. That's how drying it was. My lips were literally like shriveled raisins. That was years and years ago, because I think at the time of that one, I want to say we were at a friend's house because my ex-husband and I were selling our house. We were having showings, so we would go to a friend's house. So this was many years ago that happened, and I have yet to try Sugarpill again. Another one, this kind of surprised me, but I still think I'm saying this correctly, that from Melt Cosmetics, their Sex Foil is the first product that I tried from them. Now, I do have an eyeshadow palette from them, the like 24/7 palette. I have one of those palettes from Melt Cosmetics, but I haven't tried it yet. So the Sex Foil was actually the first product that I tried. And you know, I was always interested in like the Melt Stacks. Those got a lot of attention, but they were really quite expensive. And I unfortunately also had a bad interaction with the brand. I spoke on this very briefly years ago, and I never really got into it, but truly it left a really bad taste in my mouth on the brand Melt, and I didn't really want to support that. And so there was a lot of years where I don't even think I really spoke about them on my channel for a while there, because I was just so like, oh wow, like that was, you know, kind of a bummer to have an interaction with a brand like that. And then I was like, okay, you know, like let's move on, let's get over it, let's try again. But I still never ended up purchasing anything from them. I got the palette gifted to me, and then I did decide to purchase the Sex Foil. Now, I did just mention this one in my makeup I hate that everybody else loves, because I bought this because so many people were recommending it, hyping it up, raving about it, and I was like, oh man, I feel like I missed out on it. I like liquid highlighters now, so I was like, you know what? I think it's time to give Melt Cosmetics a chance. So I bought it from Sephora, and I was like, I just don't really see it with this one. I feel like I have to use a lot of product in order for it to show up on my skin. I don't feel like it's as glowy or like shimmery or shiny as I prefer my highlights to be when I'm wearing a highlight. And I just didn't love it. So that's why it made it into that video. It didn't dissuade me from trying more from Melt Cosmetics, and I am gonna try the eyeshadow palette that I have. I'm really gonna do it. But it didn't convince me like, oh, I should really try something else from the brand I think that we're really gonna get on. So I don't know, if you have any other favorites from Melt, you can let me know, but it might be another hot minute before I purchase from them again. Next up, we have the brand Glamlight. We might be knowing what direction this particular one is going in. I'm fairly confident the Dirty Martini palette is the first time that I did try Glamlight, and I purchased this one myself. I just couldn't resist the color story. I love me a good green look. Like, I'm very into neutrals as well, but I love me a good green look. And when I saw this coming out, I was like, you know what, I am just going to do it. And I was beyond impressed with this palette. I talked about it so much, I was wearing it so much, I continue to speak so highly about this palette. I for sure will be buying another Glamlight palette. The quality impressed me so much. The mattes are super easy to blend. The shimmers are like on another level. I really enjoyed just the packaging, the shade names, the presentation. It came with like a Dirty Martini, like the case was like a Dirty Martini bottle, and I use it as decor. Like, I love that, hello. I thought all around this was super cute, and there's been other collections now that have come out from Glamlight that I definitely give a second look to. And like the Hershey Kisses one that they just came out with, I thought that was super cute. I can definitely see myself purchasing more from Glamlight, especially another eyeshadow palette. So if you're looking for a good indie brand to test out, Glamlight makes some great eyeshadows. Definitely trying more from them. All right, so the last brand that I want to mention is LYS Beauty. Now, the only product that I've tried from them so far is their bronzer, and I did declutter it from my collection. The shade matching wasn't terrific for me. It was a little bit too dark on me, but also I just didn't find it to be very blendable, sorry. I didn't find it to be very blendable on my skin, and sometimes that makes it look a little bit more patchy on me. Like, I felt like I could never get a smooth bronzer look, and I'm someone who, like, I go overboard with my bronzer. I love applying bronzer. It brings me so much joy. So when I have a bronzer that just doesn't seamlessly blend, it just is pretty much all bad for me. Now, I won't say that it you know, talked me out of buying any other products, but it was kind of in the back of my mind of like, okay, you know, maybe this brand just like won't be for me, and that's fine. There's so many different brands now. There's so many different makeup products to choose from. There's so many different brands to support and all of the things that I'm like, okay, you know, maybe just this one's not for me, and that's okay. But I will say, I have been getting a lot of suggestions recently on, I know it's the LYS powder. Is it a lip? I think it's the lip glosses as well. I'm getting ready to place another Sephora order. So if you have anything from LYS that you really wanted to see me try out, you know, definitely do let me know. Because again, like I said, I think that I will purchase, probably not, if not in this Sephora haul, probably in my next one. I'm gonna pick it up. I know Kelly Gooch really enjoys the LYS powder, and I like trying out powders, but I'm pretty sure it was also the lip glosses that have been getting recommended to me. So even though the first product that I tried, you know, I didn't see a lot of red flags on this first date, so it's like, maybe I'll give them another chance and see where it goes, see what happens. I don't know. But definitely let me know in the comments if you have favorites or anything that you would like me to try from the brand. But after that, that is it. Those are all the brands where I've only tried one product from, and discussing if that makes me want to try more from the brand or if I just want to stay away from them. I would love to know if you have any brands like this, of course. Please do let me know in the comments. Let's have some discussions. Other than that though, if you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.